Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Anne Marie, and today I'm going to discuss the 10 things I love about you, The Kind Worth Killing by Peter Swanson. This is a no spoilers book review, so don't worry about me revealing any plot twists or ruining any surprise endings. The whole point of this is to give you an inside peek into the book. So here we go. The first thing I love about The Kind Worth Killing is the book's premise. A random encounter at an airport bar between a businessman in a troubled marriage and a woman who devises a plan to help him get out of it leads to a deadly game of cat and mouse in this modern reimagining of Patricia Highsmith's Strangers on a Train. Unlike Strangers on a Train, the plot doesn't involve an exchange of murders, but the arrangement made between Ted, the businessman, and Lily, the woman planning to get him out of his troubled marriage, is nothing shy of dark and devious. The second thing I love about The Kind Worth Killing is Ted Severson. He's a 38-year-old multimillionaire who funds and advises internet startup companies. He and his wife Miranda live in Boston, but the two of them recently purchased shorefront property in the fictional city of Kennewick, Maine, and are having a house built there. Although he's only been married for 3 years, Ted wants out of his troubled marriage, so he schemes a way out of it. Lily Kintner is number 3 on my list. She's an archivist at Winslow College who collects and preserves college documents. She's in her late 20s and lives alone in a book-filled cottage on a pond in Winslow, Massachusetts. Despite having perfected the innocent librarian act, Lily Kintner is a shrewd, calculated, vengeful character who plays by her own rules. The fourth thing I love about The Kind Worth Killing is that the story is told in dual timelines, the chapters alternating not only from past to present, but also from character perspectives. Chapter 1 is set in present day, written in first person from Ted's point of view. Chapter 2 is from the past, written in first person from Lily's point of view. However, since Lily's character is in both Chapter 1 and 2, we are reading about Lily's character from both the past and present. The first 15 chapters are structured this way, alternating between Ted and Lily. This concludes part 1 of the book, which brings me to the fifth thing I love about The Kind Worth Killing, the conclusion of part 1 at the end of chapter 15. I gasped when I read the last sentence of chapter 15 because I did not see that plot twist coming. To be completely honest, I didn't believe what I had read. So after rereading it, I looked ahead in the book to see if it was true, the whole time mumbling, "No way, this cannot be right. This did not just happen." The second part of the book introduces us to Henry Kimball, who is number 6 on my list. He is a detective with the Boston Police Department, who is described as a nervous, shaggy-looking man in his 30s. Part 3 of the book starts with chapter 27, which is written from his point of view. He considers himself a poet, although he's lost the ability to write anything but limericks. Henry's limericks are the 7th thing I love about The Kind Worth Killing. In this book, he writes a total of 5. They are all dirty, otherwise I'd read one of them to you. Unfortunately for him, the last 2 that he writes gets him into a wee bit of trouble. The 8th thing I love is Henry's partner, Detective Roberta James. In this book, we are introduced to her character in part 3. But she is also a character in Peter Swanson's first book, The Girl with a Clock for a Heart. I would describe Roberta James as observant and intuitive, which is what makes her a successful detective. Her character reminds me of DCI Lauren McDonald from the television show McDonald and DODDS. The 9th thing I love about The Kind Worth Killing is that it is book 1 of the Henry Kimball and Lily Kintner series. As I mentioned earlier, Henry Kimball's character doesn't appear until the second half of The Kind Worth Killing. In the second book of the series, The Kind Worth Saving, Lily's character doesn't appear until the second half. The third book, A Talent for Murder, opens with other characters. Lily isn't mentioned until chapter 3, and Henry isn't mentioned until chapter 7. So, although the series is named after them, Henry and Lily don't dominate the storylines. There are other things going on with other characters. And finally, the 10th thing I love, not just about this book, but about all of his books, is that Peter Swanson writes sociopaths really, really well. He draws you into his stories, attaches you to his characters, regardless of how insane they are, and keeps you wondering how the stories are going to unfold. And since his plots are as unpredictable as his characters, you're in for a treat. If you've read any of the books mentioned in this video and would like to add to my list of things to love, feel free to do so in the comments. Until next time, take care, be well, and happy reading.